In this episode, we finish the car to hit the road. We're gonna do a tooth inspection. We are going to do an oil change. But first, let's replace the fuel filter. On the C216 CL, it is placed below the driver's side rear seat. Unlike every other car, you don't need to rip out the rear bench. There is a really nice little button below the seat cushion, so you just push it and the seat will pop up. Really nice engineering. Somebody had a cookie party back here. Just twist the lid. Removing the 10 nuts, holding it down. Nothing special to say about that, it should come out quite easily. Then you have the connecting fuel lines to the filter. And I recommend to take some pictures before you disconnect it, because there are two connections which are quite similar, so I think you could force it on if you really try to. I had a bit of hard time figuring it out when I put it back together, because yeah, they were quite similar. A small fuel accident. Just take some all-purpose cleaner and wipe it off. On the left you can see the new one, which I bought from Mercedes-Benz. It was around 400 euros, which could be argued is a bit ridiculous, but I didn't want to skip out on an essential part. According to the stamp on the old filter, it was also original and it was replaced a few years ago, which is really good because that shows this car was maintained properly. You could say it was unnecessary to replace the filter, but yeah, now I know what I have. And just put in the new one the same way the old one came out. Pop the seat cushion back and the work is done. We're now gonna give this big beast of an engine a real oil change. We have 15 liters of Liqui Moly. It's only 9.5 liters in the engine, but I bought some extra. It's good to have. I decided to go for 5W40 this time. Previously I have been using Mobil 1 0W40, but I noticed that I needed to add some oil now and then, and when reading on a lot of forums, people report that they have issues with Mobil 1. I'm not sure about that, I'm not a chemist, but I really want to go for what people advise and try the Liqui Moly one. And during our long trip through Europe, I will make a report and get back to you with the answer. Is Liqui Moly really better than Mobil 1? We're also gonna do an engine flush, and for that we have the Liqui Moly. It's 1 liters to 10 liters of engine oil. And for the filter, we're gonna use MAN filter. So, let's start and flush the engine. Idle for 15 minutes. Drain out the old oil. Of course, oil everywhere. The car has done around 1,500 kilometers since last oil change, so the oil is not so dark, as you can see. Collect some oil for oil sample. Remove beauty cover. Put them away in a safe place. This part does not need any explanation. You all know what I'm doing. Oil filter looked good. There's some old oil left in the oil filter housing, so I suck it out using a small hand pump. I think it's like 1 deciliter or something maximum, but still. Nice and clean. As I said, I used the MAN filter. Last time I bought the OE from Mercedes-Benz and it had the MAN stamp, so I know it's the same filter, so that's what I'm using this time. There are 3 O-rings on the oil filter cap, so make sure to get those right. Prelube the oil filter and also the oil filter housing. There's like 1 deciliter or something. Torque it down by feeling. I know it's like 25 newton meters or something according to the workshop manual, but I've done this so many times so I can do it by feel. We can call it good and tight. Oil plug. Same as for the oil filter, there is a torque spec, but I choose instead to torque it down by hand. The copper washer you will feel when it starts to compress, and then you know it's good and tight. 9.5 liters of engine oil. Fire up the car and let it warm up. And then check the oil. I'm sure I added 9.5 liters of engine oil, but the garage floor has a little bit of slope, so I think the electronic dipstick has a little bit of misreading. But I would say we're good to go. Time for some mandatory tooth inspection. And yes, it passed. Okay, that's it. The car is done. We have made the spark plugs, a service. We have made sure that the brakes are good enough for high-speed autobahn driving through Germany. We can now pack the car and get ready for the long trip. In next episode, you will see us drive from Sweden through Germany all the way down to Italy, and hopefully we will make it to Monaco. Thank you so much for watching, and please make sure to subscribe and like if you like the content. See you in next video.